here we are, first ever Coach's Corner.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, I want to say thank you for coming around and taking the time to talk. This is an opportunity for us to visit with you and get our fans to know you as well as know the team and a little more about soccer.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all excited about soccer here at Sterlington. How many years now?
This will be our third year.
Third year. Girls have been around for about five or six, right?
25 years.
Yeah, something like that. So soccer is relatively new here at Sterlington. But last year, let's start by talking about a little bit about last year.
Okay.
So last year was a second year in. First year is varsity, as a matter of fact.
Varsity,
so you want to talk a little bit about what happened?
Yeah. So when we first started off, obviously young guys, majority sophomores. Expectation really wasn't high. It's more about just get to the playoffs. And as the season went on, we started realizing we actually got a good team. And we started thinking about how far in the playoffs can we go.
Yeah.
And I think we finished second or third in district on our first year, and everybody picked us to finish last. So a bunch of young guys just kept learning and learning. We eventually went to the quarterfinals. So that was a pretty successful season in itself. So
yeah, I remember that. Everybody was really excited too. We got going down south and playing the teams down south who tend to have a reputation for being a lot stronger, and we pulled out with a win. I know against Dunhill.
Dunham, yeah.
Dunham, that's right.
Yeah.
Dunham.
And they're actually seeded right now as the number 8 team in the division for us this year.
Okay.
So I'm sure we'll face those guys again somewhere down the road.
That's good. That's good. So that's last year. We got a lot of expectations set up, and a lot of people are excited about it this year, obviously because of last year, and a little bit of change from last year. We had I think one senior graduated, right? So we've got most everybody back.
Correct.
This year, and we just finished up our second scrimmage. So talking about this year, what do you see for the team this year? So maybe some, I don't want to get into too much strategy, obviously, because this is going on the internet, and we don't want everybody to know the whole strategy here. But some of the strengths and maybe some challenges we got to work on throughout the year.
Well, obviously we had a big blow with Lana getting hurt, so somebody's got to kind of step into those shoes. But right now, the team's really gelling together. We got a little nitpick stuff we got to correct, but it's still early in the season. Team actually set a goal for this year is to actually get to the semifinals, if not the finals for the playoffs. Right. Maybe win a couple tournaments or maybe one. First in district, obviously. But we got our sights set high, and we're just going to see where the chips fall, but we're going to shoot for the stars. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Again, not too much into the strategy or anything, but I also know there's some changes in formation and things like that you've been working on, and how they adapt into that.
It's actually been really good because over the summer we kind of did like a microscopic scale of it, and now we're just rolling into the big picture of it. So they've been adjusting well to it. We've been working on it since past May, so once they got out of school. And everything's been going good. This is actually a formation I used to do with all my travel teams, so I know pretty much the ins and outs of it, and I've been trying to get this going in the program because it's a really attacking base, and everything seems to be going good so far. So.
And in the scrimmage, you played that lineup or that
correct.
Okay, and it worked out pretty good.
For the most part. We got some little nitpick stuff that we got to correct, but it's nothing major. Everything's moving how it should, and obviously as the season goes, it'll get better and better and better. So.
Okay, well, good. Well, so one of the other segments we'll try to do, the idea behind Coach's Corner is give you an opportunity to obviously hear from Kyle and hear from the team a little bit and understand where we're headed and where we're trying to go. And I think as the season goes on, we might even bring players in potentially. But we're going to try to do this once a week. But inside of the segment and inside of this this time, we also want to touch on a little bit about soccer, right? So soccer's new for a lot of people, and it's obviously a growing sport, and it's a worldwide sport, but it's relatively new to our part of the world, and to some folks. I hear people talking all the time about, I don't know anything about soccer. So we try to have like what we call maybe a soccer moment, something like that. So the first one we talked out, we'll take an easy one, okay? Relatively easy, all right? We won't tackle offsides yet, but let's talk about you know, what a goal kick, when a goal kick happens, and maybe what that means for each side and how that happens. Let's start out with that.
Well, for one, it's out of bounds on the goal line, which is not in the goal. Obviously, on the back side of the goal line. Is from the attacker when he's attacking the ball. If he loses the ball and goes out the back of the end zone, or the goal line is what we call it, it results in a goal kick. If a defender, however, kicks it out past that line, it results in a corner kick. So that's where the difference is whoever kicks it out.
Okay.
On a goal kick, the goalkeeper has a free kick on their 6-yard box, and the ball has to go outside the 18-yard box. Yes, there's 2 boxes. There's a 6 and an 18.
Yeah.
The ball has to travel outside the 18 before anybody can touch it. However, if the ball is slow rolling, an attacker can come in and get it and score.
Okay.
So you usually see the goalkeeper try to kick it past half field, they kick it as far as they can to avoid that kind of situation. But it's really just revolves around who kicks it out. So.
Okay, and just another little tactic, which is kind of unusual for those of you who might be watching in Europe. You don't have to worry about this, but since we have a football field out here and the end zone is kind of in that area, about how far would that be for a goal kick inside that end zone? What do you know,
about halfway in the end zone.
Okay.
About halfway through.
So is that 6-yard mark is what you said?
Yeah, 6 yards.
Okay, good.
Yeah, 6 yards.
And I also noticed that there's a time and opportunity where the line judge is and has the opportunity when the ball rolls towards the flag, and on either side of the flag he might call a goal kick or a throw in or a
goal kick or a corner kick.
Corner kick,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Okay, good. And a corner kick is obviously from the corner, and usually there's a strategy involved in
Yeah,
that.
you usually have a bunch of moving parts. Somebody likes a window dress is what we call it. And
Right.
the whole goal is to get somebody open in the box so they can hit it.
Yeah.
Which Ethan Timms had 2 of those.
That's what I was about to say. I was going to bring old Big E up tonight because he had 2 headers in. I don't know that we had a header last year. Did we have one header last year?
I think we had maybe 1 or 2.
1 or 2, and Ethan decides to get it into
Smallest guy on the team.
That's
How about
exactly
that?
right. That's another one. And after one thing, just to follow up with that, you noticed I saw Ethan tonight try to. He had a lot more fire and a lot more aggressiveness around trying to score once he felt that.
It's like a little Energizer bunny.
That's right. That's right. So okay, so kind of at the end, this is going to be a real quick one here. Again, now you got some games coming up next week. Season starts. Any feelings for the opponents? I think we start out with Washita.
Correct.
And,
We actually go Washita, West Washita, Ruston.
right.
Washita's got a good coach, Nick Artigue's there.
Yeah. Always strong.
Yeah, always strong. Always athletic, very physical, and very aggressive. So, being said, we got to kind of find a way to counter that. And West Washita, they're still trying to build a program out there, which they're on the climb. So, look for them to be a scrappy group. And Ruston's actually got a new coach, so we don't really know much about them. Me and the coaches from around the area have been kind of talking about that, asking each other for game films to see what they have.
Right.
We don't know anything about this new coach.
Okay.
Last year they were a strong bunch of guys. They also had a really good coach. Like I said, we just don't know much about them right now. But
Okay.
once the season gets going, you kind of figure out who's got what and you move forward from it.
And so, just for everybody out there, the Tuesday night we've got Washita. I think that's it.
It's 7:15.
Yeah, 7:15 at home. Girls play before that, and then we play West Washita on Thursday, and then we actually play Ruston on Saturday, right? Okay.
Right.
So, and Ruston is away
Yep.
on
and
Saturday,
West Washita is
and West Washita. You're right. So, we the Saturday games are early. They're I think a 12 o'clock and a 1:30, something like that. And for
we
both,
actually have a JV game right after the.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So we've got a lot of soccer to play on the next week, and opportunity for everybody to come out and see what it's all about. So I appreciate your time. Got anything else you want to finish up with?
Oh, man, I thank you for having me on the show.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's your show. It's the 4K Coach's Corner, right? So now this is all about trying to get some energy around soccer, or energy around Sterlington soccer, and hopefully we can let everybody in on the secret.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So I want to say thanks, and we'll do it again next week.
Absolutely.
All right. See y'all later.
See ya.